without delay. Thank you.
I thank the representative of the Russian Federation for his statement, and I give the floor to the representative of Greece.
Thank you, Madam President. I would like to thank Under-Secretary General Mr. Carlo, the head of the EU delegation, Mr. Lambrinidis, for the informative and timely briefing. I would also like to commend my Slovenian colleague Ambassador Spoger and his team for their efforts in timely compiling the facilitator's report. Madam President, first of all, I would like to welcome President Trump's announcement of a ceasefire agreement, also commending the mediating efforts by the US and Qatar. It is a necessary first step towards sustainable security, which can only be achieved through diplomacy and a negotiated deal that would address all proliferation risks and guarantee the security of all countries of the region. Madam President, on today's issue of non-proliferation, allow me to highlight the following 3 points. First and foremost, Greece reiterates its unwavering commitment to preserving and strengthening the global nuclear non-proliferation regime. The IAEA and NPT remains indispensable institutional cornerstones. We therefore urge all state parties to comply with the full range of the obligation under the NPT. Secondly, we express serious concern of the findings of the DG Gross's most recent report of May 31st, as well as the IAEA board resolution adopted on June 12th. According to them, the agency's ability to verify Iran's implementation of its nuclear-related commitments under the JCPOA has been seriously affected. The cessation of Iran's application of the additional protocol, the removal of JCPOA-related monitoring and surveillance equipment, the non-compliance with its obligation under the Safeguards Agreement, and the access refusal to experienced AAA inspectors have collectively led to a loss of continuity of knowledge, a gap that the agency now confirms cannot be restored. Of equal concern is a steady increase in Iran's stockpile of enriched uranium. As of May 17, and since late February, Iran's total enriched uranium stockpile has been considerably increased and reached up to 60%. This is deeply alarming for a non-proliferation perspective, as there is no credible civilian use for uranium enriched to this level. We remain deeply concerned with the Director General's inability to provide assurances that Iran's nuclear program is exclusively peaceful. Thirdly, Greece continues to view the JCPOA, as endorsed by this Council through Resolution 2231, as the best available framework to ensure that Iran's nuclear program remains exclusively peaceful. Its full and effective implementation would provide both transparency and confidence, not only with regard to verification, but also with a view towards sanctions relief, economic developments, and regional de-escalation. It is in this spirit that we fully support all diplomatic efforts to secure Tehran's full compliance with its obligations under the JCPOA. We welcome last Friday E3 Iran talks, while we call for the resumption of the US-Iran talks. As a country with historical ties and geographical proximity to the region, Greece stands ready to support all constructive efforts aimed at de-escalation, diplomacy and dialogue. Madam President, in closing, let me stress that Iran, as a matter of fact no other nation, must never be allowed to acquire a nuclear weapon. The international community cannot afford a major nuclear proliferation crisis. With the credibility of the global non-proliferation regime at stake, and with military escalation threatening the security and stability of the Middle East, the time has come for responsible action. We call on all parties to demonstrate political will, engage meaningfully and in good faith, and reaffirm their commitment to dialogue and diplomacy. As the events of the last day demonstrate, we are glad that even in these very difficult circumstances, the window of diplomacy has remained open, and there is now an opportunity for addressing through dialogue all concerns about the Iranian nuclear program. I thank you.
I thank the representative of Greece for his statement, and I give the floor now to the representative of Denmark.
Thank you, Madam President. And as others, I thank Under-Secretary General Di Carlo, Ambassador Lambrinidis, and Ambassador Spoger